Welcome to this yoga snack from Perceptions Yoga, Mindfulness, and Art in Vernon, Indiana. Today we're working on a class for stability and self-trust. We'll start today in a chair, and you might stay in the chair the entire time, or there's some options for standing a little bit later. We're going to start with Pala Mudra, taking our left hand under our navel, right hand over the navel. And maybe closing the eyes or just soft gaze and finding a few breaths, just an awareness of the breath. Closing the mouth, perhaps if the mouth is open, if we can breathe out of the nose today. And we're reminded that this is a practice. There's no perfect poses or postures, that we just breathe and feel, listen to the body, let go of expectations and judgment and competition. And perhaps today we use the affirmation, I'm centered, focused, and open to the flow of energy. I am centered, focused, and open to the flow of energy. And we can continue to hold this Pala Mudra. A reminder that mudra is just yoga for your hands. We're touching some pressure points here. We're feeling our breath. We can hold this longer. You can let it release with the hands releasing to the legs. And we'll come into a balanced breath. Whatever balanced means for you, maybe that's a 4-count breath, breathing in for 4 and out for 4. And if you notice in your breath that you have these little pauses, then maybe that pause becomes a 4-count as well. We'll just practice that. Remembering that yoga is a practice. We're practicing breathing. We may notice as we get into this more balanced breath that the breath is slowing down a little bit. And after the next exhale, we'll just start to wiggle our fingers a little bit. And we may be able to keep into the back of our minds that balanced breathing throughout our practice, coming back to it like an anchor. We'll start to open and close the hands and just rotate the wrists. Gentle joint movements. Letting the hands rest. We'll wiggle toes. We'll pause. And ankles, maybe extending the right leg and rotating. Any wiggles that would feel good in that leg. We may just slide that foot back and go to the other side. Wiggle toes, rotate the ankle. Just notice what else is happening in the leg. That knee moves around, that hip moves around. Well, these tiny movements can be really important for the body. Gently coming into this practice. And we'll slide it back. And then we'll start moving into the shoulders. Whatever that looks like for you today. And just notice if there's any soreness, any pain. Remembering we're just going to back off or stop if we need to. You may change the rotation direction. Or you may just move one at a time. When we settle those shoulders, we just notice that we're sitting toward the edge of the seat, forcing us to sit up a little taller. We can let those shoulders go down the back now. And maybe the neck just moves a little bit side to side, not forcing anything. Maybe noticing here that the feet are firmly grounded as we lift up through the crown of the head. Feeling stable in our seat. Maybe the head, the ear moves, or the shoulder on each side. And we may be scooping the chin. Side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Or even drawing some circles with the chin, being gentle with the back of the neck, not going back too far. And noticing if we're still breathing. Are we holding breath as we're doing these movements? Once we notice, once we have the awareness, we can come back to breath. Settle in. Checking in, noticing if we need any more movement in hands or feet. Maybe we need to get into those hips a little bit, into the waist. And we'll draw some circles on the ceiling with the top of our head. And we feel that movement, that strength in the belly. Finding our core center, helping us move. That shifting from sits bone to sits bone. And maybe your circles are really tiny. Maybe they're bigger. We don't all have to look the same. You might change the direction of that circle. You might even let a smile form on the face. As we come back to center, we sit tall. And maybe we let the arms come down and we feel the strength in this grounding. How we are connected to the planet, to the earth. We take another deep breath in, just noticing its length. If we feel comfortable holding it for that same amount of time, we can, or we can just let it go. Letting the hands rest again. We'll come to a warrior two, and I'll do it in the chair today. Just moving the right leg out to the side. We're still drawing up through that belly. And we'll let the arms come out. The right arm reaching forward, a little softness to our fingers. If the shoulders aren't allowing today, we can let a shoulder drop, the hand drop. And we're just really focusing in this core stability. We can let them drop anytime, and we'll find our breath wherever we are. Shoulders down, crown up. Maybe we're pressing through the feet. Maybe we're opening through the toes. Breathing. Finding our strength, our stability. In seated warrior two. Letting go whenever you need to. Releasing on an exhale. We'll bring that right leg back in. And noticing in that core center. Maybe here we need just a little cat and cow movement. Just to feel into the spine and to loosen up some of that space before we move to warrior two on the other side. We'll bring that right foot to center and the left foot comes over. squaring up those shoulders up to the side to find our warrior two. Again, we're drawing upward. Feel like the energy of the earth is being drawn in through the feet, all the way up, through the spine, to the top of the head. And the arms are our branches. They have the ability to sway a little bit and to give. Maybe we hold stable, or maybe we like that feeling of movement. You get to decide. Settling in breath, finding what feels right for our body, noticing when we hold, if we're holding the breath, letting that breath flow. On the exhale, let's release those arms, come back to our center, and maybe bring those hands down in front of the knees. See what happens here. Notice, be curious about the body. Draw the navel inward. Notice we're exhaling here. And then press forward, opening up the throat, our voice, our heart, opening up. And then releasing back. Just another one of those. Cow pose and cat. Noticing as we come up how the energy level may have changed in the body. Finding that balanced breath. And perhaps you want to stand for a tree pose, finding some balance. Or if you would like to stay in the chair, you can just find a kickstand here. So if we come behind the chair, we can use the chair as a balancing helper, holding on, and just work one leg at a time. I guess that makes sense, doesn't it, to work one leg at a time? Unless you can float, that would be awesome. So really we're settling into breath here in tree, in a seat, just getting the hips to where they might be able to find standing tree at some point. Into that balanced breath. Samavriti. If we have an established practice, maybe we're lifting arms and finding our balance with the arms lifted. You can switch the sides. Find that tall spine, that ability to bring the solar plexus open and find our solar energy, our sunshine. Maybe noticing here where the breath is living in the body. Releasing that tree pose whenever you need to. And we'll extend the right leg, coming back to the seat if we're in standing tree. We'll extend our right leg. And then if we can, bring the ankle up on the thigh. If we cannot today, then we can go toward the floor and just find a little forward. Releasing that low back. If we wanted to challenge today, we can stay in that standing position and bring the leg up and sit in a chair. Always an option, always a way to go more challenging or to bring that challenge down to what we need. And sometimes we just don't know. So offering those options. Releasing back, finding that foot on the floor, feeling stability again. The ability to trust ourselves and to know which version of the pose to do as we come to the other side. So our sides may look different because of a knee or because of a hip or an ankle, so we have to listen to our own bodies. And maybe today it's just this pressure down in one side and a lift up, really working into core center. Or we might want to relinquish and come forward. So permission to play and to feel. Keep breathing wherever we are. The breath is a great way to tell if we've gone too far. If we start to hold our breath, then we know we're probably too deep in. So we've released that. Any movement that we might need here, and it doesn't have to be a named yoga pose, it's just some wiggles. Get your wiggles out. And then we can settle. Feeling feet again, noticing that those knees are hip bone distance apart and the knees are over the ankles, and we're zipping up and we're softening the face. Maybe again, finding that little smile as we take the right hand, perhaps to that outside edge of the left leg, and just gently turning toward the left side. The right hand is underneath or right behind the sacrum, and it's not really pulling on the chair. We're softening into it, but feeling our strength, the lift and the push. Allowing the earth to hold us up. Feeling the breath flow in the body, in our twist. Turning back towards center. We'll twist to the other side. Left hand to the outside of that right leg. Right hand behind the back. The lift, the twist. We feel that energetic movement of the sides. Maybe you're seeing something different than you've ever noticed before in the room. As we unwind, we feel our seat. And maybe we come to Gayan Mudra. Thumb, forefinger coming together. And I'll invite you to close your eyes and just feel your feet. Ankles, shins, calves, knees and thighs, and the rear and the seat. The hip bones, the belly, the spine, strong and tall. The belly gently undulating with the breath coming in and out. The shoulders opening the chest as they pull back. And the throat open. Arms, and fingertips and hands. The neck, the face, the back of the head, the top of the head. All those facial features. Those lips that might be smiling, the tip of the nose, both of the eyes, soft. Feeling our whole body. Feeling our whole body breathe. And on the next exhale, let's ah it out. Big breath in. Ah. Letting go of any self-doubt, letting those hands rest. I'm going to take home practice for you today. Notice your glimmers. Notice those little things that make you smile. And maybe send that glimmer to a friend. Seal the deal. Just notice. We'll take our hands. alongside the body in our mountain. One more time, feeling our feet, feeling the whole body. And we seal our practice as we inhale up and we bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer hands to the heart center. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.